Well, speaking of Aqib Talib, Denver Post beat writer Nikki Jabvala did 5 highs and lows from the Broncos season so far, and one of the highs was Aqib Talib's play. She writes, Talib is arguably the best cornerback in the game right now. I don't know how you could argue otherwise, but I'm trying to play fair here.
She must have read that before last night's game.
2 game-changing interceptions in as many games, 3 tackles, only 33.3% of receptions completed in coverage, 0 touchdowns allowed. What do you guys think about Aqib Talib's performance so far, and are you sold on him? Will we see a collapse like we did in the divisional game last year?
Well, after the first game, I saw that Pro Football Focus had done a thing on quarterbacks, and they had Chris Harris rated number 4, even though Aqib won Defensive Player of the. So they grade differently. It's difficult to evaluate Chris Harris Jr. because nobody's throwing that way. He has a deflection for an interception, and nobody pays attention to it. Aqib is off to a great start because of 2 interceptions. And in both those interceptions, he kind of baited the quarterback, right, where even after the game, Alex Smith said, we'd thrown that play successfully earlier, and he kind of had figured out I was coming to it again. He kind of he's backed off in both those interceptions and then come up at the last moment. I think after his performance last night, Revis is going to get Defensive Player of the Week this week. And Revis, we thought, based on what we were hearing,
might have lost a little.
You know, he didn't look like he'd lost a little bit. He was jamming at the line. He got beat 2 or 3 times. But I think the best tandem, Cromartie and Revis, are a great tandem. I think Harris Jr., and I heard a guy calling somebody the other day, they kept saying, the quarterback for Nebraska, they kept calling him Jones Jr. I don't think you refer to, I'm Woodrow Page Jr., but nobody refers to me as Page Jr. I'm Page. So I don't like that reference. But he's playing great this year. There were questions of whether the Broncos might want to keep him for a while. I think they're going to give him an extension.
Talib hasn't missed a beat.
Right.
Great in training camp, great in the preseason, great in the regular season so far. You said something that hit me as curious. You said, or are you expecting a collapse from him like we saw in the divisional game against Indianapolis last year?
Right, T.Y. Hilton.
I don't blame Talib so much for that. He never should have been covering T.Y. Hilton. They should have had the much quicker Chris Harris covering T.Y. Hilton at that point.
And Harris Jr. agreed with that.
And they switched it up too late. So look, Talib is a really, really good corner. He's a Pro Bowl corner. Is he the best in the league? Does he make some mistakes in there? Yeah, but I'd still take him over 97 or 98% of the corners in this league.
Would the Patriots like him back?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now they would.